A brilliant fighting effort from our guys on what was another tough surface, and sort of required that mentality, and it was really important that we were prepared to do that and stay in the game for a long time. We all know the class side that India are. At the halfway stage, we sort of wanted 240, 250, and we knew that we'd be competitive if we got that, because the surface played the way it did. But then to have the start with the ball that we had was an outstanding way to try and kick things off and try and get into a position of strength. And I thought the way the bowlers and the fielders operated throughout on a big field, on a surface which they had to adapt differently again, was a great effort.
Yeah. Kane, Virat said a little while back that India lost in about 45 minutes of bad cricket. Was that also your assessment, that at 24 for 4, probably you had won the game?
I mean, it's very hard to know exactly, but naturally when you find yourself in that position, it's a great starting point from our perspective in terms of perhaps getting ahead of the game, because the rebuilding phase becomes a lot more tricky. So it was a brilliant start for us with the ball, and I guess on the other side of that coin, India wouldn't have been as happy with that start, but there were some good deliveries in there, which sometimes take the edge and sometimes don't. And today they did for us, and it did put us in a good position.
Kane, can you just take us through the Guptill run-out scenario with Dhoni, because that seems to have been the pivotal moment in the match?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know that the game is a fine line in a number of ways, but that run-out was significant. We've seen Dhoni finish games from those similar positions on a number of occasions. It was a tough surface, so nothing promised, but naturally to dismiss Dhoni in whatever fashion is extremely important. But for a direct hit run-out, very, very similar to Jadeja's, I think, was a big moment in the game.
Kane, what was going through your mind when you were standing under that catch from Jadeja? Did you feel like that was the other game-changing moment?
Just to watch the ball and catch it, which was nice that it stuck. Yeah, look, we did believe on that surface that we would get opportunities, especially when they were going hard, but the innings that Jadeja played, it was like he was playing on a different wicket, really. He timed the ball beautifully well. He was very, very clear in how he operated in that partnership with Dhoni. Sort of swung things to parity, perhaps even them having the momentum going into those last few overs. So they showed those fighting qualities that we expect from our team, and they showed that with the class side that they are, and you do expect that from India, and they did soak it up even after 20 for 4, which was a really tough start. So a very good game of cricket, spanning over 2 days, which is unusual, but a great game all the same.
Hi Ken, this is Kuntal from ABP News Network. My question is, people are still blaming Dhoni even after his innings. Had you been the India captain today, would you have taken Dhoni in your playing 11 now?
Look, he's not eligible to play for New Zealand, but he's a world-class player. So, had I been the Indian captain? Yeah, experience at this level and in these occasions is so important, and his contribution today and yesterday, but throughout this campaign, it was extremely, extremely important. And that partnership that he's involved in with Jadeja, who came in and hit the ball better than anybody in both teams, was very, very valuable. And he's a world-class cricketer. And is he looking to change nationalities, or because we will consider that selection if we have to?
Skipper, your team made it here. Your team made a great start, winning 6 and then lost 3 games. How did transformation come in the team and you beat the Indian, the hot favourites of the World Cup?
Yeah, there's so much more to winning and losing, and I think it's really, really important that as a side you identify parts of matches where you may have not done things that well, and parts that perhaps were out of your control that went the way of the opposition, and try and look at it for what it is and move away from that game with a bit of clarity, and so you're not too perhaps scarred or dented from just what the result was. And a couple of those games that we lost, I think we were able to look at them like that throughout this whole tournament. The surfaces have been challenging. They've been variable throughout the game, and at times have changed within the 100 overs that are available for a match. So it's trying to see it for what it is, and then move on and be really clear with how you want to operate in the next game. Look, you want to win every game. You come to this tournament where anybody can beat anybody. We saw a number of results that perhaps were sides ranked lower beat sides ranked higher, but I think everybody knew that anybody can beat anybody. So when that is the nature of it, it seems unlikely to win every game, but at the same time you want to try and go out and play the cricket that you want to play for a long period of time and rely on that to perhaps get you to a finals stage, which we did. We came through in the 4th position, which is fine. And then we put out a much improved performance in the semi-final, and it's important for us to try and make small improvements moving into our next match.
Down the back, Dave.
Kane, just looking ahead to the final, you've obviously lost to Australia and England in the group stage, but you must be confident you can beat anyone now after the way you've played against India.
I mean, every game throughout the round robin was worth a couple of points, so they're all important. Obviously, a semi-finals worth a few more than 2 points, but we'll go into another match and